Hello and welcome back. So today we're going to do a bit of a different video. Today we're going to talk about editing, more specifically editing videos with a specific plugin. This plugin is called Dehancer, and this is a film emulation plugin that can emulate the look and feel of actual film. So we'll get into that in just a second. So what is Dehancer? Well, it's a plugin for CapCut, Adobe Premiere Pro, and Davinci Resolve that allows you to enhance your videos through several of their plugins that allow for digital videos to simulate actual film. You can add film effects such as film grains, halation, bloom, film breath, film damage, and film overscan. If you know what those are, you will know that most video editing programs such as Davinci Resolve, Premiere, and all those other things already have this as part of their software. Davinci Resolve is where we'll focus on in this video, but most bigger named video editing programs allow for all of these things. So why would you want to take a look at this plugin when it's already available in most video editing software? Well, because of the options and granularity this gives you that the basic software that comes with these video editing suites doesn't really give you. Okay, so let's talk about this plugin for a second. So if you're doing any kind of content creation, rather it be online or just as a hobby, you're probably going to be doing photo and video editing and or maybe even some film development stuff. Also, if you're like me, you might like the look of older footage that has some grain to it, maybe has a little bit of damage, or the video just isn't all that perfect and has character. Then this plugin will be great for you to try. Now, let's take a look at what this plugin has to offer in regards to features. All right, so here we are at the Dehancer features from their website. As you can see, we've got 60 plus film profiles with push-pull, some print film standards. This comes with the pro version, some photo papers, film grain, halation, comes with the pro, bloom, film breath and gate weave, film damage, overscan, film developer, film compression, some color head and print toning, vignettes, tool profiles for 8, 16, 35, and 65 millimeter cameras, 130 plus camera log profiles, advanced color pipelines. It has a LUT generator, so if you want your LUTs to be able to be exported so you can use them elsewhere, it's got a LUT generator. That is with the Pro version. Monitor false colors and clipping, and then a defringe. So there's some of the options. Now you can break this down into like specific plugins. This is just for the Pro. This is what all of this comes with the Pro. But if you want to go to their website, you've got Dehancer Light, Dehancer Film Grain, which is just film grain, specific for the bloom, Dehancer halation, and then breath and damage. So Pro is probably the best. It does come with several options like free with a watermark. You have a subscription based on a month, or you can pay, a one-time fee and get lifetime usage. If you want to take a look at that, I've linked this in the description, and you can go take a look at it. But let's go ahead and actually take a look at the software. Now, I'm not going to make this too long because showing all of this or all of these plugins would take longer than you're probably willing to watch in this video, so we'll just go ahead and show you some of the things that it can do. And we'll begin with some stock 3D generated footage of a rocket launch and see if we can take it back to the same look it could have possibly had in the late 1960s when that was really at its peak. Okay, so here we are in Davinci Resolve, and as you can see, we've got our stock footage loaded up. We are in the Edit tab. And we're just going to go ahead and play this really quick to show you the footage as it is with no editing or no effects. All right, so the first thing I want to show you, if you've never used Davinci Resolve before, but on the effects over here, we have some things with like film emulation. We got camera shake, right? We got some film damage that you can add to it, film grain, film look creator, flicker, addition, halation, and vignette, right? And you can add one of these to your scene, and you can go in here, and you have basic and advanced over here on the right-hand side, where it gives you some advanced stuff. But doesn't really give you anything like granular that you can do. I mean, you can do like little things. Make it size up and down your vignettes. You can center it. You can add some softness to it if you want, or harshness, transparency. So you can just like dial down the color a little bit. You can add colors to it. This is just basic level. And then, you know, you can blend it and stuff like that. But we're not gonna use the basic stuff. You can add that if you want. But I wanted to show you that this plugin has a little bit more granularity to it than what the basic effects that come with Davinci Resolve. So we're going to scroll this back to the beginning, and we're going to turn on Dehancer. And as you can see, that is already changed, and I'll click this for you, because I've already been playing with this for a while now. Just to show you the difference here, we've added some stuff to it, and we'll go ahead and play just what it looks like with some of the stuff that I've added. Kind of looks like an old blurry like VHS tape looking out of focus camera, right? So let's go through and look at some of the options this gives you, right? So my input that I chose, and you could choose a lot of things. You got Rec 709, Rec 2020, Apple Gamma 2.0, and some different things. I just went, and you can actually choose a specific log, a specific, you know, the Cinelog film. I went and actually did it by the camera. So I have a Sony A67, and I wanted the format, the S-Log Gamut 3 Cine, and that's what it, you know, I wanted it to look and feel. And you can change the exposure, temperature, tint, composition, diffringe, and that for your camera. But for the film, if we go down here, you've got this whole big list of films that you can choose. Just different types of films. Like if you wanted to go with the Kodak Porta 160, you could add that, and it adds a different look. Just the different types of films that you could use. And then the check mark will enable or disable those. Film developer, as we said earlier, film compression. All of those are enabled. Print, color head, and then film grain is where I did most of the work in this. If you've got film grain for like an 8mm ISO 50, where it adds like a really, really contrasty film grain to it, I added my own custom one to it. Halation, same thing. You can just add that, or you can go to custom. Blooms, or the lighting, again, you can change the different camera app, you know, camera sizes. Film damage, you've got dust, enable dust amount, scale, size balance, white. Hairs, you can add hairs into it. You turn these down, and then the hair amounts will disappear. The size of the hairs, the white and black. If we go ahead and play it, it doesn't have as many in there as it did before. Scratches, dust. You've got the film breath, the gate weave, and overscan. And at the bottom here, you've got your LUT generator. So you can generate these out to 17 by 17 by 17 or 33 by 33 by 33. So yeah, there is so much stuff you can do this plug-in, and it's like extremely granular. So if you wanted to take your video and just change it, see what happens when we turn this off, it goes back to normal, and then we'll turn it back on. Adds a little bit of character to it, like filminess, I guess, instead of just that flat image. So yeah, there is Dehancer for you. Just a small look at that and what it has to offer. I will say that if you have a lot of the options on this plugin, and you're going through and you're testing a lot of the options, you might want to have a kind of a nice graphics card, or a little bit of a beefier graphics card in your machine, because it will, I don't know if you heard my computer or not, but when I have all that stuff on, when I was testing it, when I had all this stuff on, it did, the 3090 that's in my computer that I'm using right now, I mean, it wound up. I turned on all the fans. That is Dehancer and some of the things that it has available for you. Let me know what you guys think about this video. If you want to see more videos on editing and in general, let me know in the comment section below. And if you found this useful or helpful, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification button on YouTube. It does help the channel grow a little bit, and we'll see you on the next one.